Good morning, everyone. So it's great to see a good turnout today. So my name is Arvind. I'm in charge of marketing in OneCart, and I'll be technically your brief host today. But as you can see, the theme is indeed beat the clock, fast track your e-commerce orders with OneCart. So in a nutshell, it's to see how we can simplify selling with OneCart across the various platforms that you would be selling on. So our speaker, as you can already see, is Shaz, who handles the customer success for OneCart. So Shaz has been dealing with many e-commerce sellers, helping them to make their operations smoother in all different avenues of it. No matter if it's inventory, listings, or even orders. So of course, today's orders is something that we're going to be focusing on. But if you do have questions on other things like inventory or anything else, feel free to ask as well at the end of the webinar. So without further ado, I'd like to leave it to Shaz.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another session of our webinar. Again, it's every Thursday sessions that we will try to speak about topics that is very relevant to your experiences, especially selling in the marketplaces and e-commerce, especially. So yeah, we will start in a bit. Let me just check something. Okay, so if you've attended the past two webinar sessions that we've held, basically we speak a lot about inventory syncing and how OneCart essentially is supposed to work for you and how it's supposed to make your life simpler and your workflow more seamless. Today, we'll be talking about order processing. So order processing is a topic where we rarely talk about, but we will take this opportunity to speak about orders. So I know a lot of you have questions as well. So feel free to write your questions in the Q&A section below. And then I will address it. So again, the webinar high level, we'll just want to make it like a 30-minute thing, a very short and fast one. The whole objective is to speak briefly about order processing, and obviously it's best if you are able to do it and test it on your live orders, and I will guide you along and introduce to you about on how order processing works in OneCart. Okay, so the topic for today is basically beat the clock, fast track your e-commerce orders with OneCart. So good news, like how your inventory works in OneCart is similarly to how your orders will work in OneCart. The whole reason OneCart is here is for you to stop wasting time and just solely just go to OneCart and then do all of your work processes there. So the agenda for today will be we'll be talking about the e-commerce speed dilemma. Again, how fast we're supposed to process our orders to get it ready for your pick and pack, for your warehouse to get it sent to all your couriers and then get it delivered, and then until the customer actually receive their parcels, and then that's when the order is completed, right? So we'll be running through the processes, and then we'll see how OneCart is able to assist you as we go through the flow. And then second of all, we'll talk about how OneCart works. So the past two webinar again, we'll be talking so much about the logic of how OneCart works inventory wise. And today we'll be talking about how OneCart works order processing wise. What does your orders means to OneCart? I'll take the time to show you a live demo again, how this fast tracking orders, again, how to print your airway bills. We also have a pick list for you to actually use a OneCart pick list where it's easier for your warehouse team to pick and pack. Again, essentially it's having all your orders across all platforms and across all shops. And then we have it all populate in OneCart. And then I will show you a quick way on how to do so. And then we'll keep it maybe the last 5 minutes to the Q&A sessions, okay? So just a brief introduction of how why speed is a new currency in e-commerce. I mean, both of us, all of us are, not only are we selling, but also we are the consumers too. I'm sure we also enjoy buying things in online Shopee, Lazada, Shopify. So we know that speed is important and it's the new currency for e-commerce. So 70% of shoppers expect order confirmation within 1 hour. And we usually don't even have to wait for an hour. It's usually pretty immediately. And it's probably a day when you know that your parcel could actually be already in transit or already picked up by the courier, right? So speed is very important. So we want to avoid delays in syncing inventories, and then which equivalent to lost sales. So again, we speak a lot about syncing inventory in the last two webinars. So that itself already saves you a lot of time. This is a total like it's very time consuming. Just inventory syncing your inventory across all the platforms. And with OneCart, you can do it. You can cut your time in maybe 50%, 50, 60%. The next point will be the manual processes. So manual processes usually will lead to bottlenecks. So I've spoken to a lot of our users, and obviously their first step when they use OneCart is to do inventory syncing. So once inventory syncing, they're very stabilized, everything is very comfortable, and their inventory syncing is working like clockwork. That is when they start going, they already have saved a lot of time in inventory syncing, but they're still wasting a bit of time doing manual processing, especially having to process orders in different platforms. So this will cause a lot of bottlenecks. And the moment they migrate their work processes into OneCart, they realize how much more time they could have saved. So again, customers demand real-time accuracy. Yeah, customers demand for real-time accuracy. So again, OneCart, if you get inventory syncing, you know our updates are instantaneous, especially for Shopee, Lazada. Again, obviously it will come with a little like the downside is when if the API is not working well, and then sometimes API limitations, so it probably take a little bit like 10 minutes, but it's fast. During that 10 minutes, they probably will be scrolling somewhere in Shopee or another listings, right? So again, OneCart is supposed to e-commerce. Take it as OneCart is supposed to be a command center for your e-commerce, right? So you'll be doing your inventory in one cart, and now you'll be doing your order processing in one cart. So you will manage everything from one dashboard. So when you log into OneCart, you're able to see how many orders has just came in, how many orders are ready to ship. And when I talk about orders, it's orders across all platforms. So needless to say, you don't have to go into your platform to see, oh, okay, Shopify has 10, Shopee has another 2, Lazada has another 10. So you don't have to do that. You just go into OneCart. Again, OneCart is your command center. You're able to see everything at one glance. So OneCart e-commerce command center is to sync your inventory in real time. So that has been shown to you in the past two webinars, and also to create, edit, and update listings with this. So I briefly showed you how we are able to cross post and then bootstrap your listings quickly and then get it go live in your other platforms, but as well as just having to get your listings go live and having a potential sale that could happen in your platforms as well. So the one that we'll be speaking majorly today is about processing and fulfilling orders from all channels. So it'll be Shopee, Lazada, Shopify, and TikTok. I know that you guys are aware that we could integrate to with more other platforms. Like we could integrate with Zalora, WooCommerce, NTUC, and then Timu is a new one as well. So these four that we are integrated with currently do not support order processing, but we are able to still see your orders in one cart. So again, to reduce errors and speed up your workflow. So again, I think I've been repeating this so many times, and it sounds like I'm really nagging about this. So everything that we do obviously is to cut your time spent doing this unnecessary workflow where you can save so much in one time. Okay, talking about the dashboard. So how the dashboard essentially works, you can see in one card. The moment you log in, you have everything connected. So you have to have all your shops connected first. That's when the orders will automatically flow in into one card. So the moment you connect, but you have, let's say you have connected your shops, but you have not upload any SKUs, you should be able to see all your orders in one card. So you're able to see how many orders to process, how many orders waiting to ship out. These two place cards are something that you should see immediately the moment you connect to one card. Your shop's connected to one card. So if you see all these 6 place cards that you see in your dashboard when you log in, basically tells you that these are the one that needs your immediate attention. So very self-explanatory, 30 orders to process, 63 orders awaiting to ship out. So they're waiting for pickup or drop off. Your revenue for today, and a low stock basically tells you you need to stock up on these 476 SKUs. You have pending imports. Imports basically just tells you have listings in OneCart that is not connected yet, and then it's just sitting in OneCart, not doing anything. But OneCart has all your data. And then you have 17 negative quantity stock. So negative quantity stock basically just means orders that actually zero. By right, it should be zero. If you take OneCart as your ground truth, your quantity is zero, but you are still selling. So it could be a matter of you in OneCart is zero, but maybe you did a restock in Shopify, but you did not update it in OneCart, and Shopify is still selling. So even if Shopify is still selling, like I mentioned at the beginning, because the orders are flowing in, OneCart is still deducting, and we are still tracking the inventory when your orders comes in. So every time when the orders comes in, OneCart will see your SKU, and if it's in OneCart, it will deduct, and then you are still able to track the orders in OneCart and your inventory. So the core features that save time. Basically, everything about OneCart is just to save time, and then for you to not waste time, right? So again, the feature that we have is these 5 important features. The real-time inventory sync, which I spent so much explaining last 2 webinars, but I can show it to you again if you would like. We could just jump in for a call, and then we can do some trainings. And then for those of you who are already with OneCart and you would like to have a refresher training, I'll be more than happy to jump in a Zoom call, and I'll show you exactly how you could fully utilize this feature. So again, with this real time to prevent overselling and stockouts. Okay, and then centralized product listings, because all your listings, as how all your orders will flow into OneCart. All your listings across your platform will also flow into OneCart. In that case, we also have this feature called SKU coverage, and then you are able to see and to ensure that there's no duplicate entries. Because I know more often than not, people tend to have duplicate listings, and they don't realize it could be just a matter, right? Like something that they have in their warehouse, say 3 years ago, or could be just a year ago, and then it's sold out. So then they don't intend to restock, but maybe later 6 months later they want to stock to restock, and then want to sell it again, but they forgot that they have the listing, and then they create another listing. So this basically, again, it's not detrimental to your sales or your business. However, it'll be very messy in your marketplaces. So you can also use OneCart to have an overview of your listings, to just do a simple housekeeping, just to make sure your listings are very nicely cleaned up across platform. It could be a matter of a lot of them also have a lot of listings in Shopify. As you know, Shopify has a lot of drafts, and then you tend to do a draft first before you let it go live. So, and then if you don't delete the draft and it just sits there in Shopify, you end up having so many listings there, and then it might be the same as Lazada and Shopify and Shopee. Should you like delist delist a listing, you want to relist it? It's just housekeeping for your end. It is not detrimental as long as it's not live. So a unified order management, which is something that I will show you today in our live demo, will track all orders from one screen. So you later afterwards you will see that how all these orders will flow into OneCart, and what are the data, and what are you able to see from OneCart. So bulk editing tools make changes to thousands of listings. Again, the changes is not it's not you do it, we all know it. You don't have 1,000 of listings and then you just do one, and then you same change to all your listings. So this is something that we are able to do. Quick changes like change the description of your listing, your price of your listings. All this you are able to do in OneCart quickly without having to log into your seller center. Multi-channel integration, as you know it, right now OneCart supports a lot of the platforms, and even Zalora as well. So if something that you are interested in, you're keen to connect to OneCart, you can just share, let me know, and I'll help you with the integration itself. So more often than not, a lot of our users who joined us the initial time when they join us, they usually only have two shops. So generally, it's always Shopee, Lazada, or you'll be a Shopify and another platform. So over time, they will start expanding, and then they would like to expand to TikTok, and then they would like to maybe have another .com, another Shopify, or they want to add another brand to another shop. It is all possible with OneCart. Again, it's a multi-channel integration. Everything is in OneCart. Again, OneCart is supposed to be your command center for your e-commerce. Okay, so right now I will take the time to show you how OneCart works live. Okay, just to let you know first, for OneCart, as you know, our account is a demo account, so we do not have a live orders per se, but we do have orders in OneCart where I can show you how your airway bill will look like and how what's the process flow is what's your workflow supposed to be should you use the order processing in OneCart. Okay, so again, if you take a look at the left hand side of the menu bar, so again, the understanding is according to the menu, so it's easy for you to if you tend to forget and to remember the logic of OneCart is OneCart, you have to have your inventory first, and then you have to have your listings. So that is when the connection will happen. So always have your inventory set up first, then we have your listings port in, and then you matched it, then you're good to go. Then comes the orders. So under orders, manage orders basically tells you that all your orders that you have synced across platform will appear here. Okay, so you will take a look here, you will see that any orders that is in Lazada will be here. Orders in Shopify will be here, even in Shopee. So basically, all your orders across platform will just appear in manage orders. So should you probably want to have an update? Let's say someone say, hey, you know what, can you just pull out this order and see what's happening or what's the status of this order? You can simply just key in the order number. For Shopify, it will be this order number. And then you're able to see, let's say for Lazada, the order number, this one. So if let's say you ever just click on this Lazada order, you are able to see what is the status like, right? So if I were to just show you, this is how generally an order looks like in OneCart. If we are able to see the order statuses on under the status history column at the top, and then you are able to see the name, the tracking number, and the customer's address. And if you take a look at the bottom here, you will see the buyer paid breakdown. So this data that we are showing you are data that is being retrieved from Lazada itself. So it's not something that OneCart computes on its own, or it's not a logic or a formula that is done by OneCart. It is basically the raw data from Lazada comes into OneCart, and OneCart put it nicely for you for easy understanding. So what I mean by raw data is if I were to click the raw data here, you will see all this data that is being sent to Lazada, and OneCart is putting it nicely for you in our order page. Okay. So it'll be the same for Shopee, Shopify, TikTok, Temu, basically NTUC as well. You can take a look if you are logged into your OneCart account right now. You can just go to manage orders and you can take a look at all your orders. The UI, it should be the same exactly across our platform. Okay. So for an example, just this itself, I feel is very powerful because we have this filter that you are able to narrow down what kind of orders that you're looking for. So for example, you just want to know, probably I want to know on the 25th of April, how did my sales do? So you can just use the date range, click on it, and you have a certain platform that you would like to choose from, you can just select on it, or if not, it's all platforms, and then you can apply filters. So, and then we will know, for example, if it's across all platform, right, you can see all your orders that you had that has happened or that came through on the 25th of April. So it's easy for you to see like, oh, maybe I did 50 sales in 25th of April. So you are able to use this manage orders module to actually have to derive to a more data for you to do your reporting should you need it. Also, should you look for a certain SKU that maybe you have a certain SKU that you want to search for and you want to see how many orders came through on a certain date, you can, there is also a search bar here for you to key in your SKU inside. So there's a lot of ways for you to use these filters for you to search and to collect more data. But as you go along, we'll be able to assist you to teach you how to find out more data for your report. Okay, but this is the most important part: the processing of orders. So processing of orders, you take a look, there's three parts. There's arrange shipping, in-store pickup, scheduled shipment. So basically, in-store pickup basically just tells you, let me just talk about the one that is that takes the least of time. In-store pickup basically tells you, this is only for Lazada. So Lazada, you are able to merchants are able, because some of them actually have their items at retail stores. So and then they are sending it through Lazada, and then they want to pick up. So you can pick up using their QR code, and OneCart supports this. This was again requested by I think two of our users, so that's why this is in the system. However, we are also aware that majority of our users do not usually use this. But now you know, should you want to use this, we have this feature called in-store pickup. And this is called scheduled shipments. So scheduled shipments, this is a new feature. I think it was just added probably a week or two ago. So again, it was requested by our user. A lot of the features in OneCart is basically by request. So we really listen to the needs of our users, and if you need it, we will work for it. And if it's doable, it'll be in OneCart. So that's basically how OneCart has progressed from the 4 years that I've been in OneCart. So you're able to see all the shipments in Shopify. So if I were to go back to processing orders, so we'll go back later, we'll come back to this one later. So if I go to arrange shipping, so let's say right now you are telling me I have orders in Lazada, Shopee, TikTok, and Shopify, and I want to process my orders. I do not wish to go inside the seller center because again, we do not wish to waste time. So if you take a look here under Lazada, you see step one, check and confirm. Step two is to print documents. If you take a look at this, right, it simply tells you that the step that is required in OneCart mirrors the workflow in your platforms. So again, it's not a one-cart process. It is not entirely like, oh, I'll come to OneCart, it's a different process. It's not the same. It's exactly the same. It's just the UI looks more seamless and it's easier for you. So if you take a look at step one, check and confirm, you will see all your orders coming in here, right? And then let's say I want to process this order. So we have to go to bulk action. Here are the actions, Lazada actions. Let's say create package, set as ready to ship or print shipping label. It's the same as how you would do it in Lazada. Say for example, you want to set as ready to ship or you want to print shipping label. Okay. Sorry about that because this one, like I say, a lot of the demo is a demo account. So it's a lot of dummy a lot of these dummy orders in OneCart. Okay, so for example, right, if I were to click on this and then I want to click on set as ready to ship, and then you click instant ship. So when you click instant ship, immediately OneCart will give you a tracking number and it will appear here. So in first comes in, order when first comes in has no tracking number, OneCart is able to generate the tracking number for you here. And then once the tracking number is done here, you can print your shipping label. You see if I print the shipping label here. So when you print shipping label, it will come, there's two ways for you to print it. Now, let's say I click print shipping label, you can click on action prints. Alternatively, it will appear in your OneCart. So it will appear in your email. So whichever email that you use to log in to your OneCart, it will be sent there. So it will be sent in a PDF format as well. Okay, it will look slightly different because this is Indonesian Lazada. So you see, it's Indonesian. Uh, Bahasa Indonesia. So again, like I tell you, for example, because this one I only I just click on one order to process. So if you have 10 orders that you want to process and you want to print shipping labels, everything will appear two ways. One, it will open in another new window, or two, it will go into an email, and then you can easily print it out. Okay, and then when you go to step 2, you can print your documents. So basically when it says step 2 means the status has changed to ready to ship. So if you go back to step 1, you can see the status is packed, right? So when it's packed, it'll be at step 1, and then when it's ready to ship, it'll be in step 2. So this is the flow for Lazada. And you are also able to, let's say, generate pick list for the selected. So again, if I want to generate pick list for selected, it will look like this. So this one, if you see under one card action, means it's a one card format, it's a one card thing. It's not pulled over by in Lazada. So this picking list basically tells you all the orders compiled into one, or the orders that you have selected, and these are the items that you will need to pick and pack. Okay. So moving on to Shopee, again for Shopee, different order processing flow. So if you realize just now in Lazada, you can do so many things. You can even print your airway bill in step 1. However, in Shopee, you need to arrange pickup, or you have to ship your order first. Again, Shopee actions will be arrange pickup or ship order, and then once this is done, it will move to step 2. When you go to step 2, you are able to print your airway bills. We don't have an order now, so I'm going to see if I have a Shopee OneCart airway bill. It will look like this. Again, just to quickly show you, it will look exactly like how you would print your airway bills in Shopee. It will be exactly the same. It's just that again, the whole process, instead of having to go into Shopee, you can do it in OneCart. So for TikTok, also the same. The process is according to how TikTok is. So here you have to set as ready to ship. Only after ready to ship, you are able to print your airway bill. Okay, so I mean, ideally, if you have orders, try to process one order in one card for each platform, and you will see that it will work easily, comes out as your airway bill. Just that you have to understand that it has to come to step 1 first. Once step 1 is done, the status has changed, then it will go to step 2. If you take a look at Shopify, so again, like I was telling you, Shopify, we just added a new feature in Shopify where you are able to select the shipment. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so if you take a look at the Shopify orders, right? In Shopify, you can confirm orders. When you confirm orders, if you go back to Shopify, it'll be a confirm order, and then you do the rest of the processes in Shopify. But if you want to do it, if you want to send to logistics provider in OneCart, you are able to do so. So if you click on send to logistic provider, this is only for Shopee X, right? It's only for Shopee X. So if you have this, for example, you click on one of it, and then you choose your pickup location or your drop off at logistic provider location. All these could be done simply in OneCart as well. But then it's a Shopify order, but it's managed by Shopee Express. So your airway bill will look like Shopee Express airway bill. So only Shopee Express is supported for now to process in OneCart. And then you're able to see everything here. Okay, so for now, Shopee Express, you are able to edit. So if you have other courier, you are also able to edit under where I showed you earlier, which is here. You can add under logistic providers or shipping addresses. So here you can add your logistic provider. For now, we have Shopee Express, and then if you have your other logistic provider, you can add it here. And then when you add your new logistics provider, they will inquire your API key, API secret. So this one is very important. So you need to check with your logistic provider for all these details. And then you can add on all your shipping addresses. So all these could be customized by you, and then you can add this and add your address, your shipping address, and then you can use it when you want to process your Shopify order in the logistics provider here. Okay. So another way, another thing that is important here, we have this thing called download orders for warehouse. So basically just tells you, right, everything in all platforms will be consolidated in one file. So for example, if I have this formatted one, so it'll be in CSV format. And then you are able to see all the orders here that you will need to, all your orders that you will need to process. You will see the quantity here, the variant here, the SKUs are all here. Okay. You can also, people usually use this for pick and pack as well. It's easier for their guys in warehouse. So another question that I always receive is under Shopee. They will say that in Shopee they do not see the customer's name and address. This is not because of OneCart. This is because of Shopee. Shopee do not allow I think it's PDPA. They don't allow the name of the customers to be in the data that we are trying to retrieve. So even if only for the courier, if let's say they want to deliver it in the app itself, and then they are able to call the customer. But for third party app like us, we are not able to see it. Even in our managed orders where we are retrieve Shopee orders, even in our raw data, all that are being masked and we are not able to see it. Okay. So yeah, that is for the orders. Let me see. So again, if you do what if you try what I've explained to you earlier on, you are able to see that you are able to save time with this manual process, from your manual process to OneCart. You can try and sync inventory. What you have done 2 hours a day, just having to have it consolidated in your Excel, and then have to change to your other Excel sheet for your other platform and then upload it. You could actually do it in one. You can When you do it in OneCart, you will just need 10 minutes a day. Order processing, which takes 1 hour per store, can take 10 minutes all in one. Because again, it's just a matter of clicking and then just printing your airway bills, everything in one cart. Listing edits, again, 30 minutes per product, one cart, you can do it 2 minutes. So yeah, that's the end of my very brief order processing webinar. So we will be opening for Q&A now. So again, for those of you who are new and who would like to explore more in OneCart, you can use the QR code to scan and then have a meeting with Matt. He'll be more than happy to assist you and see how he can help you with your business. Or you can start your free trial now at the link below here, getOneCart.com. Sign up an account. Try for it for 2 weeks. Again, like I said, if you are interested in order processing, connect to all your stores first. Don't have to have your SKUs because we're not interested to monitor your inventory yet. We just want to know. You just want to see how does order processing works in OneCart. If the flow works for your business, get your stores all connected. Your orders will flow in, and then try processing the orders, one order per platform. And then once you have a hang of it, and then we'll see whether you want to sync your inventory. So it depends on what is your need, and then what you want OneCart to do for you first.
Yes, thank you very much, Shaz. Just would like to let everyone know. So if you have any questions to ask, you can type them either in the chat or even the Q&A section, and Shaz will be able to answer. Shaz, we actually already have a question in the chat. I'm not sure if you can see. Yep.
Yep, I just saw it. How about orders that are to be delivered by sellers on Flip? So okay, so this depends. Are you speaking for Shopify? If it's Shopify, you can just edit at the logistic provider, like what I've provided, like I've showed you earlier. You just have to make sure you have the API key and API secret. So you got to check with your seller's own feed whether you have this certain thing that you need to connect to or not. But if not, for example, your seller own feed is already in Shopee, it's already on Shopee and Lazada, then there's no issue. It will show in your in the module when you want to process your orders.
Thank you, Shaz. I hope that answers your question. Feel free to write more in. We have another question, Shaz. Will OneCart still work when I expand to 500 orders per day?
500 orders a day. Yeah, one card will still work. I think in that sense, if you have 500 orders a day, we have to name one or two of our bigger clients that manages a lot of orders, Mother Care, and right now we are syncing with Bonia. So they have a lot of orders in e-commerce, especially in the day. It could comes out to 100 order half a day. So things like this, Wonka is able to handle it. It's more of try lesser order first, and then you see whether you get the hang of it. If it works for you, and then one card system will be able to tank that lah. No worries.
Right, got it. Yeah, follow-up question. I think, can you see in the chat? Shaz?
Yeah, will you be able to show a demo of what it will look like? Okay, let me show it to you. Say for example, so say for example the seller's own feed, right? Okay, so I want to go Lazada. So Lazada, I want to say for example, we want to do this one and then set as ready to ship. Then when it goes to instant ship, it will just have your tracking number and all this. But when you say seller on fleet, you have to check in your Lazada settings, is it seller on fleet, or you have a few of your um logistic providers that you have, or is it by default is your seller on fleet? Can you help me to reply whether we are on the same page on this? Yeah, so if by default seller on feed, then no problem. Because like I said, for Lazada and Shopee, the settings, we do not change the settings for you. Again, OneCart will just mirror whatever that is in your platform. So for example, like just now what I did is instant ship, right? You can see that immediately you can see that it's being packed. And if I want this to go, I want this to be a while later after this is instant ship, it will move to step 2. But again, yeah, it's a dummy order. So what I can tell you is it is supposed to change to ready to ship, and then it will be here. And then you will see Lazada is fine as well. It's the same as Shopee also. So as long as your seller on feed is by default, um, we do not select any of your shipping provider here. Okay, it's only for Shopify. Shopify is when you are able to choose your shipping provider, and then but for Lazada and Shopee is by default. Does that answer your question?
All right. Maybe while we wait for any feedback, not sure. If not, we do have one more question, Shaz, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Uh,
Thanks, Christine.
one more question. How do I handle returns or cancellations? Can that be managed through OneCart?
It is manageable in one card, but it's not automated. So for an example, we all know if you are in all the platforms so far, you know that Shopee tends to no Shopee tends, Shopee does auto put back. So they will put back your cancellation. I'm not sure at which status or how long, what is the what are the requirements that they need before they can put back. But in OneCart, you are able to manage all your cancellation across platform, which I think is so great. Let me show you. It's under business analytics. We have this thing called cancellations. So what what it does is you are able to see, let's say, for example, maybe you have flash sale yesterday. So, you know, usually flash sale people tend to do cancellations because they change their mind lah, or maybe they want to buy something else lah, or something happened. So, you could actually just pull out all these cancellation orders. So it could be like, for example, I want to just see maybe 4-4, and then I will see what cancellations are there. So when you see 4-4, okay, again, dummy account, I can see. But if you have, you are able to see all your cancel orders across platform. So when you see across platform, you are able to see let me see. Let me just reset this. So when you see across platform, you are able to see the order number, the status that is cancelled, at which platform, and what's the reason for the cancellation. So you're able to see all this. So you see the order number here, and you can see the SKUs that's inside. So this is an upcoming feature, okay, for you to look forward to in OneCart. So what the tech team is currently doing is in the pipeline. They're hoping to get this rolled out probably in a month or two, is where there's a button here where it will put back for you. So for example, you see here, this order you think it's okay, and then you want to put back, there's a button and they say, okay, put back this into the inventory, put back this in inventory. So when you put all this back in your inventory, it will sync up, and then you don't have to do the whole like, okay, so far 25th, 30th of April, you have SKUA 10 cancellation. Then you got to go into SKUA and plus 10, which we also have it in our inbound stock. Is also a simpler way to do it. But instead of having to do that 3 steps, you can just now do it in a 1-step thing where it's a button. So look forward to this feature. Again, probably rolling out in 2 months' time, in a month or two lah.
Right.
Yeah, cancellation can be easily monitored in OneCart, so don't worry.
Right, awesome. Thank you very much, Shaz. I think that's all the question we have today. Yes, I think so. Okay. Thank you very much, Shaz, for helping us today and really allowing us to see how orders can be indeed managed by e-commerce sellers. Actually, just to share with everyone, I myself came into OneCart less than a year so far. And first, when I thought I was thinking it's going to be so difficult to learn, but then when you actually use it, you find out how easy and powerful it really is. So OneCart really boasts the powers that it has because it's really all unified into one, the order system and everything else, inventory and everything you can think of in one platform. And that's how we can really bring out the power that it has. So if you are an existing customer, always feel free to reach out to us, especially Shaz, and she has all the expertise that you need in order to help with your case. But if you are interested in getting a free trial, as you can see on the screen, head on to getOneCart.com. You can scan the QR code, get a free demo, and really understand how it can better fit your business. And there's no commitment, so you can understand if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it's fine as well. So thank you again once again, everyone, for being here today. We thank Shaz once again, and we hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday and a beautiful public holiday tomorrow as well. I do hope that you all have public holiday.
Happy Labor Day.
All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Ready to take your e-commerce business to the next level? With OneCart, you get effortless inventory syncing, streamlined listing management, and seamless multi-platform integration. Don't just take our word for it, hear from our happy customers. Experience the OneCart difference and start your free trial today. Simplify your workflow, grow your business. OneCart, your all-in-one e-commerce solution.